Bright suns, everybody, and welcome back to Ordinary Adventures. In today's video, we're going to be taking a virtual trip back to Galaxy's Edge.
Yes, it's not open, but we're going to go there virtually to do something I wanted to do when it was open. Now I regret never doing it. I used to walk around Dok Ondar's and look at all his antiquities, wondering where they're from. So I thought we would virtually take a trip there today and examine some of his goods, find out the story behind them, some behind the scenes and fun facts and trivia. Honestly, this is my favorite way to learn about Star Wars because, you know, next time you're in Batuu, you can recite all these facts and trivia about all the things on the walls to your friends and impress everybody. Come with us on this adventure. Before we start talking about Dok's antiquities, let's talk about the collector himself.
Yeah, who is Dok Ondar anyway? Dok Ondar is an Ithorian. He's actually the proprietor to the most notorious antiquity shop in all of the galaxy. And every item in the shop has a story behind it, some more dangerous than others.
Yeah, the backstory of this character is a bit of a mystery. We know that his parents were killed, and one of the elaborate statues outside of Dok's shop is a grave marker for his parents.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said to every morning stop and take a look at the gravestone before he opens the shop for business. We don't know how his parents were killed, but we know in one of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge comic books, he tells Hondo that this isn't about the money for him. He says that with every Jedi and Sith relic he finds, he feels closer to them. So maybe one day we'll learn the story, or maybe not. Interestingly, the first time we ever heard the name Dok Ondar was not in Galaxy's Edge, it was actually in Solo: A Star Wars Story. It was when they were aboard that Crimson Dawn yacht, and Kira asked the waitress if Dok Ondar had been attended to. So he was at that party.
Oh my gosh, he was there this whole time?
Yeah, maybe we can insert a clip right now.
Have you been attentive to Dok Ondar?
This was actually the first time that I think Black Spire was mentioned outside of Galaxy's Edge.
There's a moment in the film that they're on the Millennium Falcon and L337 basically is saying how Lando couldn't find the Black Spires without her.
That's so cool. It makes me want to go back and rewatch that movie.
Yeah.
Please don't start.
Oh, what? You'll have me wiped? You couldn't get from here to Black Spire without me.
We visited both Batuu East and Batuu West. We've noticed a lot of the differences. We have a whole video about that. We'll link it above. In Galaxy's Edge in Disney World, a lot of the colors outside are very darker, more bolder. I think that's because the sun is gonna eventually wash out those colors a little bit more than it does in Disneyland. It's interesting because right behind the cashier counter in Dok Ondar's, the back wall is painted differently.
Yeah.
Why would they do it inside too? I don't understand the
Maybe
choices here.
so it matches the outside?
The bust on the top left is a creature called the Cod Yoke, and this is a creature that was supposed to appear in Solo: A Star Wars Story. It didn't quite make the cut.
He's so cool looking. I wish he did.
Yeah, and he has an Arabesh sign hanging below his head that tells you what he is, a Cod Yoke. Before Solo even came out, this creature was first mentioned in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, the Visual Dictionary by Pablo Hidalgo, and this book mentions that DJ, the character DJ in that movie, his coat was actually fabricated using Kod'yok leather.
Wow. DJ, my favorite character.
No one's favorite character.
These creatures were actually supposed to appear in the scene where they were about to do the train heist.
There's actually a lot of concept art online and in the art of Solo: A Star Wars Story, the book. You can actually see.
I love them.
Yeah, they're like a horse-like creature.
Yeah, they're like half horse, half cow, bull.
Look, see, they're like riding.
Wow, that's crazy that they were so far in development and just cut.
Yeah, they actually filmed scenes with them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a deleted scene. In the story, these creatures are native to the planet of Vandor. That's where Beckett and his gang staged that train heist. So here's a picture of the landscape there with the little creatures grazing on the land.
Just minding their own business.
Here's actually some filming showing
Whoa.
them filming on the back of this creature.
I wonder if they just took the props from that movie and then used that to put in Galaxy's Edge. Because they had so many just laying around.
It's possible. I wonder if we'll ever see that scene. I don't think it's in the deleted scenes of the movie, so maybe someday.
Release the Kod'yok cut. Next up is this little guy. I think we all are familiar with this. This is the TaunTaun, of course. This creature was seen in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. The Rebels used these creatures to patrol the area around the Echo Base in Hoth. Famously, or most notably, you remember these guys because Han Solo actually used a dead carcass of a TaunTaun to keep Luke warm.
Yeah, he had to sleep inside it.
Yeah, so gross.
So gross.
But he was so warm.
I'm sure the inside of any animal body is warm.
You know what I've always wanted? You could get like throw rugs that look like TaunTaun.
They were selling for a while a sleeping bag that was a TaunTaun. It was
That's
so cool.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Did you know that the Star Wars Encyclopedia actually classifies a TaunTaun as a lizard?
I did not know that.
They apparently have scaly skin beneath their heavy layers of fur
That's cool.
and a secreted, thick, pungent oils to attract mates. I don't know. I like learning about the animals and
So
creatures.
like you would never know that.
The other thing that's weird about them is they actually have two sets of nostrils. So one large and one small. The large set was used for maximum oxygen intake while intense physical activity, while the small set is used during inactive periods of grazing to keep out snow. Yeah, you can learn a lot about TaunTaun. Just go to Wikipedia. One of the things I love in Empire Strikes Back, they were created using a combination of puppetry and stop motion animation. I just love the whole stop motion animation process. I don't know, it's so cool, so old school.
Yeah.
The other thing that's cool about these creatures is the sounds of the TaunTauns were created by using a recording of an Asian sea otter.
Wow.
Next time you hear what a TaunTaun sounds like, imagine a sea otter.
Steady. Hey, steady, girl. Hey, what's the matter? You smell something?
If you guys are liking today's video and you're liking this style of content, give us a big thumbs up. That way it lets us know that you like it, and maybe we'll do other parts of Dok Ondar's, explore other parts of Galaxy's Edge in a video.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. Let's get back to this wall, this one wall.
Yeah, the wall's not gonna talk about itself.
So right to the side of the Cod Yoke is this Gamorrean Battleaxe.
Ooh.
And this is used by the Gamorrean Guard in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, your favorite Star Wars film.
Yeah, I love those little guys.
Okay.
Or big guys.
Yeah, they're like kind of a combination of like an orc from Dungeons and Dragons and a pig. And they're brutes who are known to favor primitive weapons and often mercenaries or enforcers working for crime lords like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that explains.
They actually used to sell a toy version of this axe in Star Traders in Disney parks.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They don't sell that anymore?
I don't think so. It was like a foam thing or
Huh.
something, yeah. And my fun fact about Gamorreans are the species has two sexes. The males referred to as boars and the females are referred to as sows. So mounted in the middle of this picture is the bust of a Corellian Hound. The Corellian Hounds could be seen in Solo, a Star Wars story. You may remember that Lady Proxima's enforcers used the Corellian Hounds to chase after Han Solo and Qi'ra in the speeder chase through Corellia in the beginning of the film.
Yep.
And these creatures are a form of canine who, because of their sense of smell, are often used for hunting and tracking. And here they're used to hunt and track Han Solo and Qi'ra.
So the plaque that's around the head mounted on the wall actually says in memory of Ye Jack, written in Arabic.
Yeah, J-A-C-C.
Who do you think Ye Jack is?
I'm guessing that's the Corellian Hound that's mounted there. Oh. So I'm guessing his owner, like...
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace.
We don't know who Ye Jack is, but I'm guessing he's just, someone's beloved dog.
I think actually my favorite fun behind the scenes fact about these Corellian Hounds is that they were actually played by 4 different real life dog actors.
Yeah, Blackie, Boyce, Saxon, and Elsa.
And I think it's extra cool that the dog Saxon actually played one of the direwolves on Game of Thrones. He played Arya Stark's direwolf, Nymeria.
Crazy. So the dogs were covered in these stretchy suits covered in foam muscle, and they were trained for months so that they would be used to them, so that they wouldn't
That's
worried
crazy.
about
I just
that.
always assumed they were all CG. Well, I mean, I'm sure there are
Yeah,
lots
there's
of parts
probably
that
parts.
are,
Yeah, and there's probably parts that are actually also puppets as well.
Oh, how precious.
I love that his like long tail has like a green
Yeah.
thing over it so it can be chroma keyed out.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, look,
Yeah.
look at their little feet. Those are actually the dogs.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I think that's the area around their eyes is
Yeah.
open there, and they CG the eyes on. And that's actually part of the Star Wars legacy. In Star Wars A New Hope, they actually used elephants to transform them into the banthas.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's so cool. I totally can see it now.
Yeah, and I think in Rise of Skywalker, they also used actual horses. Another interesting fact about the Corellian Hounds is, according to screenwriter John Kasdan, they were a tribute to the death dogs from the Lucasfilm 1988 film Willow, which is also directed by Ron Howard. And like everything in Solo, there's a deleted scene. This one is actually on the DVD and Blu-ray release, and you can actually see the Hounds like kind of more in a foot chase with Han and Kira. So now we're looking at the two staff-like weapons that are there. If you're looking at the one in Batuu West, they're on the right, and in Batuu East, they're actually kind of like in the middle,
So strange.
horizontal. Yeah, and these are BD-1 cutter Vibro-AXes, which is a mouthful.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a weapon from, again, your favorite film, Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say they looked familiar.
It was a common weapon of Jabba the Hutt's guards, including the guy that used the Vibro-AX to nudge Luke Skywalker like off the plank into the Sarlacc pit, and during the rescue of Han Solo. Lando even carried one, like he was like in disguise as one of the guards.
An interesting fact, the guard that was walking Luke Skywalker along the plank is actually a Wigwe, which is the same alien species as Hondo and Akka.
Yeah,
Did not know.
it's all connected.
It's like they put some thought and research into designing Galaxy's Edge. Everything comes full circle.
Well, that was in Galaxy's Edge, though.
No, the axis.
Oh,
Hondo. It's all connected.
well, Hondo wasn't created for Galaxy's Edge.
But Hondo's in Galaxy's Edge. It's all connected.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing. You guys understood what I was saying, right? This creature on the bottom left is actually the Nexu bust. You might remember this cat-like...
It's not a Nexu, but it's a bust of a Nexu.
So this creature on the bottom left is actually the bust of a Nexu. And you might remember these guys, they're the cat-like creatures from Attack of the Clones.
My least favorite Star Wars film.
But it's during the iconic arena sequence where Anakin kills it to save Padme. I wonder if this is actually the Nexu from that movie or if it's just like a random one.
It could be. I mean, Dok-Ondar has some expensive and rare collectibles from around the galaxy.
I think it's the one from the movie.
Yeah. One day we might find out stories of all these creatures. If they keep these Star Wars Galaxy's Edge comics going, maybe we'll find out where every little piece of this collection came from. My fun fact about the Nexu is during production, ILM called the creature Bad Kitty. That was like the internal name of the Nexu. On the bottom right, there is the bust of an Anooba. You're probably wondering, what is an Anooba? Because aside from the creature that was cut out of Solo's Star Wars story, this is probably the least seen creature on this wall. This is a creature that appeared in Star Wars The Clone Wars TV series.
Oh.
Anoobas are a carnivorous dog-like creature that are said to be common in the Outer Rim territories. A bounty hunter named Embo trained an Anooba as a pet and named it Marok. And yeah, that's part of Clone Wars. Those were some episodes I did not see.
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
What you might know Anooba from, though, is Sabine in Star Wars Rebels. On her shoulder, she has a painting of an Anooba.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love Sabine. She's like my favorite Rebels character. I hope Sabine comes to The Mandalorian.
That is,
Yeah, how adorable is that?
yeah,
Wonder if she ever had one as a pet.
possibly. Fun fact, Anoobas in the wild travel in packs of 10 to 12.
Good to know. This final artifact up on the wall is a Klorri-clan battle shield, and that is the long shield used by the Wookiees of Kashyyyk. And you could actually see this in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, in the Battle of Kashyyyk. I honestly didn't remember it being in there. This is the one I actually had to like put out there on Twitter and see where it came from, and people were like, look, It's in this action figure, and you can freeze frame this part of the movie and see it.
I always thought that this was like some kind of Star Wars style surfboard or something. I had no clue what this was either.
It was fun researching this video because there were some details here that I had no idea about. I think this is the funnest way to learn about Star Wars because next time you're in Batuu, you can impress your friends, win the girl of your dreams, tell her, fun facts about Anoobas and how they travel in packs of 12. If you haven't yet seen our video,
what that was, I was like, oh. Yeah, check out our video on the ridiculous merch.
Yeah, we went to Batuu and chronicled all the ridiculous things, a lot of which is sold in Dok-Ondars. Click over there. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure.